Alrighty, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Daily Examen. We are jumping right on in to question number one. What am I improving on by 1% today? And I think this is number, I'm actually not 100% sure, 1,198, I think. And so for a while, these have continued to be private, but I think I might start doing one every Friday. And even though I tend to do it earlier in the morning, um, sometimes I might not, and sometimes I might publish these a little bit later. But I think it would be fun to start getting some of these back out there more broadly, not just to the kind of narrow distribution list that I have currently for all of the private ones. But anyway, so if you're watching this on YouTube, well, they're all on YouTube, but most of them are private. I may start making every Fridays public. We will see. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into question number one. What am I improving on by 1% today? And I'm going with communication, which is one that I've done frequently. I think no matter how good we think we are at communicating, we can always get better. We can always seek to both broadcast our ideas better and listen to what others are broadcasting to us better. So, what am I improving on by 1% today? I'm going to say communication. And question number two, what bold moves am I working on for my future and the future of those around me? Are they bold enough most would look at them and call them crazy? So then I have my little sheet where I type out a little bit, and I guess I can talk through a few of these as well. I think, why is it important to have some bold moves and things that you're thinking about for the future that others might think are kind of crazy? And I think it depends on your perspective, but at least for me, trying to work in nascent technologies and figure out what that means for our future is really important. And I think a lot of friends and family think blockchain and AI and some of this stuff is just crazy. But at least from my perspective, it's pretty important and is going to be defining the next several decades. So trying to figure out exactly what that means is important. And I know I'm walking through this a little bit more than I typically might since this one is going to be publicly available. But I tend to do 2 minutes for each question. Sometimes I'll type more out. Sometimes it's just to think about the question for that 2 minutes and really try to block the time. So the full daily exam takes about 10 minutes then. 5 questions, 2 minutes each. And I think it's a really good way to start the day or in the day. Some people do it at the end of the day, depends. Saint Ignatius, I think, did it like 3 times per day, but this is the professional version versus religious version. So, question number three, what am I doing to teach those around me? So, what am I doing to teach those around me? I'm forgetting what I was kind of thinking about this week, but I do think one of the things I'm doing to try to teach those around me is this daily examine. There are several of you that I know have been following this for a little while and have adopted it to your own needs, which I think is great. And by putting this stuff out there, people get a little bit of a glimpse into how we kind of build our own daily operating system and hopefully can find bits and pieces that work well for them to continue to level themselves up. And I really appreciate the feedback that I get from some of this as well. In people maybe asking me questions about these questions or trying to think about things slightly differently. So, what am I doing to teach those around me? Occasionally publishing this publicly. and putting something out there. And question number 4, what is the good in something perceived to be all bad? This one can be tricky, but for today, what is the good in something perceived to be all bad? This is maybe a little bit of a cop out, but I think there's a lot of chatter lately on Twitter about the perceived problems that AI might be bringing about around jobs and the future of work, etc. But I think, like a lot of other new technologies, it's pushing us to rethink and kind of analyze what we as humans spend our time doing and what we should be spending our time doing, and how we account for a population that is aging quite a bit, and we might require more assistance through AI to be as productive as needed to care for that aging population and to entertain the aging population and to do whatever else is going to come with that. So I think despite a lot of the current perceived bad or perceived risk, I think there's a lot that is going to happen that is going to be good long term around efficiency and kind of AI generated entertainment, which is good. And last but not least, question number 5, what am I doing to make my company, my community, and the world a better place? This is always a fun one. What should I go with for today? I guess I'll kind of go with the making the world a better place one, and just I'm trying to be engaged in our community. A lot of the board members for our community um, have been on the board for a while, and there aren't a lot of people to help them with some of the new tech and everything. So that tends to fall on me and a few others that are a tad bit younger and can be, I guess, more of a support system than anything. So that's one thing that I think I'm trying to put out there in the world. I think it's important to be a good community member, whether that's hyper local, local, regional, state, etc. Uh, it's important to kind of look at your part in the community. So that's what I'm going to roll with today. Cool. So I think that's it for today. I do have links typically in the description This being the first one that I've put out there publicly in a while, I will have to double check and make sure those links are publicly available. I know some of them might be shared with people specifically, but I will double check that and hopefully get this posted here soon. So, hope everybody has a great day. Hope you have a great Friday and great weekend. And I hope this becomes a Friday ritual. Let's see. So, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up so I know and I can figure out whether or not I should do this more. So, thanks, everybody. Take care.